Hey Meetle. Welcome to a little series I'm doing on, on my pet ducks. Pretty much duck life. I've got it pretty good. So I'm breaking it up into the things I do every day with my ducks, for my ducks. And I think my main reason, not just to share the cuteness, but also that I think sometimes people just, I think sometimes they want to have a bond with their critters. But it's crazy, but I just don't think they know how to bond with their critters. You know what I mean? And then you have all this weird sort of, I don't know, I've forgotten the term. When you're treating animals as if, you sort of like putting your own on them sort of thing. I can understand that to some degree, but I think any being alive knows the difference between being loved and nurtured and not having any of that. You know what I mean? Oh, just careful with the feathers, Mr. Fawn. Careful. Careful. You don't need to pull the head feathers. Fawn. Fawn. Just pulling Fawn's feathers. Hey. Let go. Good boy. I know, you're the dude. You're the dude. You're the dude. Yeah. I know, doing his victory. I just don't want him pulling out all your feathers, miss my little Suna. Yeah. But anyway, so this is a typical morning of madness. Pretty much the night before, they have a bath before going to bed. And what I mean by bath is it's a herbal bath. There's no soap in it or anything like that. And I pretty much put them in there and leave them to it for an hour. Sometimes a bit longer, depending if it's cold or warm sort of thing. Yeah, Freya. But instead of emptying the water at night, I leave it in there to save water. And all I do is top it up a little bit more, but with some hot water. So it's a warm bath in the morning, which Freya here appreciates. She doesn't like cold baths in the morning. I know. They are a wee bit spoiled. Hello, puppy. Oh, ba. Oh, ba. No. Yeah, look at this. Pop, pop. Pop, pop. Pop, pop. Pop, pop. The tail wags kill me. Look at the curly whirls. So the morning bath, I place warm water in there. Oh, thank you, Freya. Yeah, everyone appreciated that. So that said, I don't fill the bath all the way up at night. I fill it not even halfway. I fill it less than halfway. And I'm going to stand up so you can get a better view. Hey, Suna. And this is Fawn. Hello. Another game we play is catch at the tail. Now I did not hatch these ducks. I bought them already a few weeks old, and Suna here, I got it 3 months old, because you don't know sometimes what gender your ducks are, and you don't want to have more males than females. Oh, she's got a little bit of a book, like she's losing feathers on the back of her neck. Cuddles. Because the boys grip on the back of their head, the feathers, when they ride them. And they do pull out some feathers. So, I don't know. I'm going to see if I can make something for that. I mean, my boys are not as rough as what I see and hear of from male ducks, but I think it's in part because of how spoilt they are and how I treat them and the time I spend with them every day. They know they're not on their own. They know I'm the big bird lady. I'm the big boss. You know, sometimes they push it. They're like, oh, I'm the big boy, and I'm like, oh really? I'm not bigger than you. Yeah, it's just I don't mind that. I spent a lot of my youth riding horses, and horses are like, yeah. Horses are always trying to push the boundaries of who's boss. You know what I mean? And it's just sort of that, not tough love, but I mean, you have to. If you can't get your animals respecting you and trusting you, which I think are kind of hand in hand, then it's actually dangerous for them. You know, that they're not aware of the modernity of things that can happen. So having that you know, relationship with your critters, I think is crucial to keeping them also safe, not just happy. And you know, shit happens in life. So if shit happens in life, you need to be able to handle them and then trust you. So, you know, they usually say you should have a lot more girls than boys. I think that the different people have different ratios, you know. The least I've heard is 5 females to 1 boy. But as you can hear, the females are actually the loudest. The boys do the But I love the duck chatter. Freya doesn't, you know, she doesn't make noise all day non-stop like that. It's, you know, she's just talking. It's how she talks. And, you know, hello puppy. Oh, my little ginger mates. Especially when she's excited, she does the loud honking. So anyway, back to this segment of duck life, morning bath. Which is after having morning cuddles. Yeah, show that again now. I've got the camera on. No, camera shy. They do these cuddles, and it's just so endearing. They basically, there you go. They all do it. It's not just something the boys do. The girls do it too. Hello, puppy. Oh, the tail wags. The tail wags are a good sign. So back to morning bath. You guys are so distracting. Yeah. What's this? What's this? Wait. I also play with them. But back to morning bath. So the night before, the bath is probably about 1/3 full to the top. Warm water, herbs, which includes flowers, catnip, mint. Favourite herb of mine in their water is mint. It helps with any stinky. It also helps with their feathers. I also find it's good for their oil and their feathers. It tends to keep it well waterproof, if you like. Oh, Bobby. Oh, you're such a honker. You're so silky. You're so silky. Wow. Pop, pop. Ooh, curly whirls. Pop, pop. Yeah, I think play is very important. So in the morning when they go into the bath, there's not these leaves in there from the night before. Pretty much I have a thing of in the morning I'll go out, and especially, you know, I tend to rotate. I love the wild dandelions that grow everywhere. We all love dandelions here, even the chooks. And basically I water the area that I've got to water. So this morning it was the front garden, and I pull out whole heaps of dandelions and grass. I make a bundle for the chooks, a bundle for the ducks, and basically I throw in a whole heap of dandelions into the bathtub, top it up with warm water so it's nice and warm. Oh, you love you. Yeah. No, 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 no. No. What you doing? Baba. Baba. No. 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 The boys have such a high sex drive that, you know, just playing and clowning around with them and spending time, it does kind of make them think it's not just all about mounting the girls' life. You know what I mean? I think, you know, I think this is across the board of boys, the male species. They need that just absolute, just whatever, play time sort of thing, so they don't have to think about the things that is usually put upon them being males. They need that pressure valve. I think that's probably why guys in general do like their sports as such. Girls do too, but I think there's an extra element of spiritual health, which is mental health, same thing for me, that comes into play by them having that playtime. Yeah, it's very serious business being a bloke. It doesn't matter what species and genus you are. You need relief from that. But anyway, so that's their morning bath. So I pretty much pick each one out of their crib. They've got a sleeping duck crib. I give them each a cuddle and a neck rub and a belly rub. Hello, I love you too, Fawn. Yeah, he's a good boy. So that was Fawn giving me a hug. So they tremor their neck and then they snake their neck all up your arm or onto you. The girls do it too. Fawn over there, he is just extra soup with extra cheese. He's just, well, he acts big and tough, but he's very soupy. Well, they all are by degrees, but he's just something else. Yeah, whack. Whack. So anyway, usually what I do after I give them all a cuddle and put them, you know, in the tub one at a time, they obviously eat dandelions. I have come to like feeding them greens first thing in the morning, especially dandelions, lettuce, any greens full of nutrients. I think it's perfect breakfast for them in the morning. You know, so basically they go into the bathtub after they will get a cuddle each, and I also go around and break up dandelions into like shorter pieces like this. Yum 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 yum. Fawn loves dandelions, especially the flower stems. He just loves those. Oh, wow, you, my little button. Oh, pop, pop. Oh, I got you good. I got you good. Pop, pop. Pop, pop. I love duck chatter. No, it's duck chatter. It's not just mindless noise. They are chatting and talking to you, and they're all different. You start to understand what they're saying. I know that sounds bizarre, but you do. Yo, ba 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 ba. Yo, I love you. Wow, sucky pants. Oh, Freya, such a sook. Such a sook, you little puppy. Yeah. Bop, bop. Bop, bop. Bop, bop. Bop, bop. Bop, bop. It's freak. So pretty much usually I don't sit here recording and talking and doing stuff like sitting with the ducks as much as I'd love to every day, but Usually I put them all in the tub, go off for an hour, and in that hour I will go and clean out the water in their habitat outside and put fresh water, put fresh sawdust in the areas where they like to chill. If I haven't done it the night before, I'll hose down the wooden walkways, because yeah, there will be poop on there. I like doing it the night before because then I've got overnight for that to dry. And yeah. At some point I'm going to have to try and set up recording where I don't have to hold the camera, so that way I can show you me drying them all off in the morning and drying them all off at night, and the cuddle times, because they're just so endearing and cute. I've got this little shelf here, and I basically put a hand towel, and I pick one up each at a time, put them up on here, wrap them in the big towel, dry them off, not so they're completely dry, but just most of the excess wet is gone. Even if it's hot and, you know, sunny outside, I do that all year. And so this is the morning bath. I've done a few different changes every now and again. I, you know, used to give them noodles in the bath and oats. But, you know, we all tend to like our greens first thing in the morning. But anyway, that is the Duck Life morning bath, which comes after morning cuddles. And that comes after me going into the garden, watering it, and pulling out dandelions and grass for the ducks and the chooks. I go and give the chooks their quantities. I let them out of their red house for the day and give them theirs, and I come back in and throw the dandelions I want for the ducks into the bath that's got warm water in it topped up. And then I grab each duck one at a time after and give them a quick cuddle, neck rubs, belly rubs, and then each go into the tub. This is every morning. You know, I'm not sitting here with them though. I mean, I basically do all that, and then I go off and do other things, which is pretty much maintaining their duck run, the chicken run, their habitats. And then by the time I'm done, it's about an hour, and I'm ready to take them all out, give them a dry hand with the towel, and outside they go. So I think the next Duck Life post I'll do will be their mid-morning noodle-oodles, or even release out into the duck run. I don't know, we'll see. Blessed be, Mary Part. I hope this is giving you an idea of interaction and things that day to day with ducks. If you have a family, I mean, you can all take turns and that sort of thing, and you know, divide it up. But you know, ducks can be messy if you don't have enough water and you don't have a routine every day of cleaning them and how you handle them. So I think that's why this is important. You know, a lot of people get ducks and don't want them because they think, oh, they're too messy or they're this or that. It's like, well, just get into a routine of doing things, set up things a little bit different. So this, I guess, is a big part of me doing this Duck Life series, is because if I show what I do, you know, throughout the whole day with my animals, then people might not have thought of some things. And I mean, they are like dogs. They're as loyal and intelligent as doggos. They're so sweet. The boys are extra. When I say that, she's whimpering. Oh, Freya. She's waiting for me to pull her out so she can get dried. But anyway, blessed be, Mary Part. I hope you enjoyed this first Duck Life post, and stay tuned for more. Blessed be, Mary Part. You say goodbye. Oh, oh, we're so quiet. Whack, whack. Oh, and also what I do is after I take them all outside, any of the dandelions that are left, I scoop them all up. There's no waste in this place. And I'll take it back outside and put it in their water bowl. They love greens in the water. Oh, Freak is such a cutie. Look at you, my big boy. Okay, time for drying. Yeah, time for drying. Blessed be and Merry Christmas.